Welcome to the Second Briefing Podcast with Scott and Tom. We're recording from the Gunslinger Clubhouse in beautiful downtown Hillsboro.
Hey everybody, I'm Scott, and I spent 23 years on patrol at a local sheriff's office.
Hey, and I'm Tom. I spent 26 years at that same sheriff's office working with Scott.
In this podcast, we're going to be speaking with former and retired police officers about their life after police work and how they've been dealing with civilian life.
Hey, and maybe we'll have a little fun along the way. Boom, hashtag.
Okay, everybody, let's get to the podcast. Hey, everybody, we have our first sponsor of the Second Briefing Podcast. Tall Fur Coffee was started by a retired police officer. Tall Fur roasts and packages their own coffee and has several blends such as Guatemalan and Sumatran. There is even cold brew if you prefer. It gets Tom and I ready for our day. I was not a coffee stop before, but now I am, and Tall Fur is the best.
Right now, you go to tallfurcoffee.com and enter the code Second Briefing for 15% off your order. That's the number 2 with an ND briefing for 15% off your order. Thanks for Tall Fur Coffee for all your support.
Order yours today and support first responders. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Second Briefing Podcast. I'm Scott, and I'm here with
Tommy Buckmaster, 3 words. Tommy Buckmaster.
Those are 3 words.
Always 3 words.
Yeah.
Hey, now it's time for our favorite segment, the Gerba joke of the day.
Gerba joke of the day. Would you forget it?
Yeah, I did.
You forget it?
Gerba is so memorable, I forgot the joke.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Hey, did you know that Gerba has a little Russian in him?
Oh, yeah. I heard he keeps that little dude in his pocket.
Bang.
Nice.
Some people call that little dude a leprechaun, too. I don't know
Leprechaun.
why.
You
Something
could be a
like that.
leprechaun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a little, I didn't have my tall
Brain
fur
fart.
coffee
Brain
today.
fart, totally.
Yeah.
We didn't have any tall fur today.
Yeah.
No, darn it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll move on to our guest. We have Scott with us today.
What a start.
That's a great way to start
it.
this segment.
Oh my gosh,
Episode-
we're gonna
Love
have to do some.
What are we, episode? This is 4, right?
This is episode 4.
Episode 4, way
Number
to start it
4.
off.
And we're gonna
Yeah.
call it Scott, which is
Scott.
good. It's a
Yeah.
good name. I like it.
Call it Scott.
Episode 4 of the Scots.
Welcome, Scott. Yeah.
Here we go. Well, thank you.
The
Thank
Scots,
you.
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's been fun listening to him. It's fun listening to stories that pop up that I remember
man.
from other people telling.
There's a couple.
Stories.
There's
Couple
a couple.
stories.
Cookson had me rolling, man. Cookson
As you
had me
know,
rolling.
Scott worked with us. We all worked together. Cookson, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how long were you in law enforcement?
23 years, I think it was. Right about 23 years full time, and then reserve was about a year and a half before that. So, because me and you actually started reserve together, Scott.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
way back.
we tested together and were reserves in 2000. I think is when we actually graduated, right? Wasn't it 2000? Because we started in '99.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was way back. So
Yeah.
yeah, reserve, and then
years
law
ago.
enforcement till I retired. What was that? February of 2024 is when I retired.
What color uniforms when you started?
I think they were that light brown.
You can
Light
do it.
brown?
That's
I think
it.
they were light
That's it.
brown.
Light
Yeah.
brown tops, dark brown bottoms?
Yep. Yeah.
Did you get one of
Those
those?
original colors. That's what I had when I started.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
98.
Yeah.
And then reserves you guys went to a different color, and we had the brown still.
We went
You
to
guys the gray, right?
Those are so nice. The
They
ones that
smell
smell
like
like a
wool.
dead
Civil War.
lamb.
Truck, yeah.
Civil War uniforms.
The
smell.
Civil War
like a wet,
uniforms.
it smelled like a wet dog.
They rained. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that was the
Those were
best.
terrible. Yeah, because you
Terrible.
guys had the gray when we were reserves, and then when we came on full time, we got the gray, and then we've gone through 2 changes since
I
then.
think I had 4 different uniforms.
Yeah. Every new sheriff got
Yeah.
a new color.
4 uniforms, 4 sheriffs.
Yep. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was dude. That was way back. Me and Scotty did the reserve
Yeah.
thing. That was
A
fun.
whopping
And then
6 months of craziness.
yeah, and then you got hired a month or 2 before me.
Yeah,
right?
beginning of July in 01, I believe.
Yeah, so I was August. Yeah, so you guys got picked up before us, and then our group came in, and there was a whole bunch of us hired.
Oh,
that
yeah.
time.
Got a
Bunch
lot
of us.
hired. And now most of us are gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or left or
left
whatever.
or relaxing and doing other things.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it was good times. Had a lot of fun. Been a long time ago though. Really. Yeah.
So what did you do while you were there? Any special teams or anything?
Yeah,
besides
I kind
patrol?
of was a special team whore a little bit. I mean, I kind of did the whole.
And
I
he just threw it out there.
kinda-
didn't he?
I kind of bounced around because
With a WH.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
I mean, it was one of those
It's
things
3
where
words.
I didn't really want to promote early on because I liked the special teams because you got to bounce around, do different things,
Right.
and the way our agency was, as some of your
You get
agencies
fucked,
are
you
out
get
there,
promoted.
you get promoted, you go to the bottom of the
yeah.
pile, you have to come off the team. There's all these things. So
Well,
not that I
unless
would
you're super cool.
unless you're super cool.
You are-
There are some super cool.
And you are
Yeah.
super cool, but yeah,
Not that super
Yeah.
cool. Not that.
There's
That's
levels
a
of
That's
super
a
cool.
level of super cool
It's
that I
kind of
didn't
the
hit.
skill will thing. Yeah,
I didn't hit that level. Yeah, so I did
So
a lot
what'd you
of stuff.
start? What'd you start out with besides
Let's
patrol?
see. I went to patrol right off the bat.
Sure,
Got that stuff. Had fun doing all that, and
Yeah.
then I think the first what was it, a year and a half maybe, because they had to kind of we'll squeeze you in because it's supposed to be 2 years,
Yeah.
but they squeezed me in on the bicycle team. So I did that
Oh,
with
that's
Kevin.
right. I remember that.
Me and Kevin did that. Tall guy, short guy, bicycles. We did that for
Awesome.
we did that for a year. That was a blast, dude. We got paid to ride a bicycle. It was pretty awesome. Sneak
Yeah.
up on people.
You were super thin back then.
Super.
I mean,
skinny,
you're really
dude.
thin now, but you
I
were super
was-
thin back then.
Yeah.
Dude,
What
yeah.
were you, about 130?
Buck 10.
So here's the crazy thing.
We're the
6'5".
same height. I'm 6'4". You're
I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3".
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
130
I was
pounds.
145 when I got hired, dude.
I
140.
don't know.
No, I
think that
was.
was when you had
because I was
a
proud.
solid breakfast, maybe.
I was proud of 145, dude.
He could eat anything back then.
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 145 and 6'3". I was, dude,
Yeah, my
skinny.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, and then my partner at the time, Kevin, on the bicycle was this short rock of a guy
Oh,
with
he's a
beautiful
beefcake.
colored skin, and
Yeah.
I'm this really tall, skinny. It was Mutt and Jeff, big time, bud.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, but it was fun. We rode
It's
around.
Kevin M, right?
Huh?
Kevin M?
No, Kevin F.
Kevin
F.
F. Oh,
Yep,
Kevin
yep.
F. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot. Yes,
totally.
I forgot about that.
Totally different.
Yes,
yeah.
Kevin F.
Yeah, so we had fun. We'd run around parks,
I rode with
sneaking
him
up
once
on
when I was
people.
bicycles.
Oh yeah,
Killed me.
Yeah.
On Hague Lake? Stop it.
let's go. Yeah,
Stop it,
And he
dude.
would. We hardly ever used the truck to haul the bikes.
I
We
know, I
rode
hated
everywhere.
it.
We rode everywhere.
I
I mean,
quit.
we code 3 responded.
quit.
We responded code 3 on bicycles to several calls on Graveyard just because we're like, hey, I think we can get there.
Did you put the little lights on?
We did put the little lights on and took off, and we'd get there in time. We'd beat cars, man. We
The
would.
worst was the training. I don't know who you taught because we had
Obi.
Robbie O,
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
Stevie T,
Yeah.
and Blake the Bee.
It was oof.
Oh man!
Dude.
Well, and Stevie T was the big one that was.
Let's find a hill, guys. Let's go.
Oh,
we need a
geez,
hill.
yeah.
Yeah, that was.
See,
Yeah,
I
it's-
went through Portland's class when I was reserve, and they weren't going to let me be on our team. But then I don't remember who the sergeant was at the time, but he says no, that class is fine
Yeah.
Because it's certified.
Because Robert
Yeah. Robert. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
was
Yeah.
complaining a lot about it. You know
Yeah.
you're going to go through our class.
Yeah. Because it's
It's
different.
very
Well,
important.
it's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Class
that.
is a class.
It's
Because I rode up to, Portland, you ride up to the
Oh, yeah.
the Rose Gardens
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that shit up the stairs and
Yeah.
downstairs.
That was the thing. I mean, that was the main thing was that you were fit enough to do it, and that you could control the bike well enough that you wouldn't like kill yourself trying to do something. So.
The best part was when you can
Get
ride
off.
stationary in a crowd.
Oh yeah.
Because I did that the county fair one
Yeah, yeah.
year, and we went through the crowd at the Midway.
Oh, yeah.
And me and the reserve, because I did it for the reserve because I was
That's
the reserve
right.
coordinator.
Yeah.
And so I did it through that, and I was like really impressed with myself when I got through it and I got off.
Impressed with
okay.
himself.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was
well,
impressed with himself.
He likes
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
he
you know,
himself a little too much.
I gave
was.
myself a high five.
He did.
He gave himself that.
Yeah. He
That's
did that
right.
for himself.
Why
Good
did you
job.
give the reserve
Good job,
a-
Scott. Good
Did you
job,
give the
Scott.
reserve a
Good
high
job, Scott.
five?
Huh?
Did you give the reserve a
Oh,
high five?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Reward those
cool.
guys. They
That's
get
cool.
nothing.
But me and Tom did that on motorcycles, but whatever.
Yes, we
That's
did.
all right.
Well, you guys kind of held hands as you
We
went down.
did.
Yeah,
Done
I-
that
we did.
too.
Yeah,
I
we did
believe
that
it.
too.
That's
Turning off other people's bikes. It's all fun.
Yes, if we had, of
Yeah.
course,
or
always
hitting,
a lot of fun.
Always a lot of fun.
hitting mirrors. We heard another story.
That's
from
a good one,
previous
too.
podcast.
Yeah.
Bumping saddlebags.
Yeah, but
Oh, that sounds like something
yeah.
to do on the weekend.
That's a. And Andrew, he liked to break things though, so that was his stories are a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
He's
you have
probably the only one that broke a lot of things.
well,
like a broke
when you
bowl in
have
a china
when you
shop.
have arms like a bear, it's just
and
things are
hands
gonna
like
happen.
bananas.
Things are gonna happen.
Shake his
Yeah.
hand, it's
It's
like
a-
a bunch of bananas. Like,
No,
Oh, man.
it's a bagel with 5D batteries on the
Oh God, when I was listening to him,
no, bananas are bigger than 5D batteries.
they are.
These are huge
These are
batteries,
huge
though.
batteries, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to support you, Scott. Sorry.
Hashtag kill
actually, that reminded me of Andrew and his big hands. Reminded me of a bathroom story. That went somewhere, didn't it? Anyway, so I was standing there at the urinal taking a leak, and he comes walking up behind me and likes to do the whole push you in the back, while you're standing there. Well, I didn't get my hands up, and I cracked my head against the tile so hard I thought I was going to pass out. And then he's like, "Sorry." That was it. It was awesome.
It just slipped. Yeah.
Oh God, he's
Oh
hilarious.
my God.
Good stuff.
He's got that blank, strength.
Yeah. Exactly.
Realize.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Appropriate
bicycles.
strength.
Yeah.
So what else did
So
you
bicycles.
do? Yeah, you
So
got
that was the
bicycles.
first one. Did that for a while. Came back to patrol, and then I wanted to be a motor at the time. Tom was a motor, I think, by then. That was like 2003.
Yeah.
2000. You were a motor. You just got on it, I think, right?
I got on in 2000. I want to say 2002, but they put me. So Dan and I had to split it. They put us both on because somebody.
Right, you guys had to share a bike.
We had to share a bike, which is the worst thing because
You're
we were great
jealous,
friends,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden we went to fisticuffs over a bike.
Yeah, you don't want to share your bike.
that's right.
Once you get a bike, you don't want to give it
You
up.
don't want to give it up because it's
not,
a fight. Like,
yeah.
no, it's my turn.
That's
no,
not
it's my
good.
turn.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's my
not.
turn.
Yeah.
Right, Dan? You remember that, Dan? You'll hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're still great friends, though.
Yeah, so 2003, I wanted to do motors, but I can't remember who's got the spot in front of me, so I took the DUI car. So I went to a DUI car and did all the training in that. That ended up being...
Probably Drew was right ahead
He
of you.
might have been, because it was right in the same
Or
group.
Hartle.
No,
I mean, or Richard.
Did you guys go
Richard?
on about the same?
No, Richard...
Did he come on after you?
I don't remember if he got it before me or after. I can't remember. I know we rode together. We like chips
That
all
was
the
the
time.
group.
Yeah, you
Right
did.
then.
I can't remember if he got on before me. He may have.
Nick.
Because I took the Dewey car then, which was a lot of
Because
fun.
Because you were on that for about a year?
3 years on the
Oh,
Dewey.
3 years.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, 3 years on the Dewey car.
And did you do mostly graveyard when you did that?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
the graveyard. The Dewey shift was, I believe, I want to say 7 at night, 7 until like 3 or something like that.
You were
I
the
can't
first
remember.
one that they started putting people in the Dewey.
It was
car
only
to
8
become a
hours?
motor first.
It was a
after
10-hour
that,
shift,
right?
so whatever that is. I can't remember what it was.
6 to 4, 7 to
Something
5,
like that.
something like that.
Yeah,
All right.
because the bars closed down at 2, so your Deweys
See,
kind of stopped rolling out at 2. So then the sergeant at the time, Chris, would let me. I had automatic overtime. If I got anything at the end of the shift, just go with it. It didn't matter. So I could
that's
do
nice.
overtime whenever I
He
wanted.
was a great sergeant.
Yeah, he was.
I miss you, Chris.
Yeah, great dude.
Ever hear this?
But yeah, so that was fun. We did that, and that got me into a lot of training because I did a lot
instructor.
of DUI instructing stuff. So I got certified as a DUI instructor, got certified as SFST instructor, ran wet labs. Tim, I don't remember what he is now, but anyway, he had that program and got promoted. I took kind of over from him. He helped me a lot, but now he's like I don't remember if he's what is he, commander
he's a
maybe?
commander.
I think he's commander now.
Who again?
Tim
Tim.
T.
Oh, yeah.
So he had that and then got promoted to corporal, like boom, and then
Yeah.
got promoted to sergeant. So he kind
That
of
was
had to
pretty
give it
quick.
up.
I remember that, yeah.
So I ran that, or kind of ran that. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed DUIs because people are interesting when they're drunk. And,
Oh, sure, yeah.
you know.
As long as they're not hitting you or trying to fight you.
Yeah, I mean, you got some weird stuff, but most of that was fun.
Peeing on you.
And except for the weird
Pooping in your
shifts,
back
dude,
seat.
you never knew when you were done because you're always got stuck on something.
Yeah.
So, and then court, DMV hearings, court, all that
People
kind of stuff.
calling
I
it.
gotta
Can you
go
come
to
take
court.
this?
Yep.
Can you come take my Dewey for me?
yeah.
You're the Dewey car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a canine that used to love. He used to look for. He said, "Hey, if you get a sloppy drunk, let me know." And because he had to get one, I think they had this rule where canines had to get a DUI and all this other stuff, which was
Well,
really
supposedly
dumb.
they weren't doing enough work.
Right, but
And
then
so
the whole
then,
idea
yeah.
is for a canine to be free, right? When the bad guy runs, that was
Sure.
kind of the
Well,
idea. I thought.
Allegedly, yeah.
So I would find a sloppy drunk for him and say, "Hey, man, get over here," and he'd come grab it, and I'd help him process it, and we'd get it done and get him back on the road. But he'd get his number done that way. So
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, we had fun with those. Did that for 3 years, I think, and then the motor spot opened up. So I went to Motor Spot and did motors for 3 years, I think. So total 6 on traffic. Yeah.
Could you have gone more on the motors, or was that you're pretty much
Yeah,
at the end of it?
I was ready. I think what happened is the DUI traffic burnt me for traffic.
Oh,
I just
sure.
kind of I was like wanting to investigate more and wanting to get back into that. So, I mean, I was still a young cop, so I was
True.
kind of wanted to hit the road a little bit more. So when the opportunity came, there was some weird stuff going on with some change in leadership. And so when that happened, it kind of goofed the whole thing up.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the new leadership over it.
New lieutenant.
Not the sergeant.
The new
The
lieutenant.
new lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
Was-
We only owe you
Yeah.
10 hours of pay.
You're just a
Yeah,
number.
you're a number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a number.
I,
Yeah,
I
that
get it,
guy.
Joe. It's
That guy.
understandable.
And we
Yeah.
we gave him everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well,
everything.
and it was.
Hey, we need you. Okay.
Yeah,
you call
dude.
us at any time of the day or night, and we just drop everything and go to work.
The thing that got me is it got to where we're always number driven because the only thing we do is stop people, right?
Yeah.
But then then this lieutenant would want us to do all these special team events, but then we were
Oh.
supposed to keep the same numbers. And you're
Parade
like,
around and do
Well, I'm
things,
on the
yeah.
road. You had me on special events for 4 days, and I'm only on the road 2. How can I have the same numbers as 6 days?
Yeah.
It's 6 days. I can't do
Yeah.
it. So I didn't enjoy it anymore after that change.
Yeah,
The
that's
new
understandable.
new sergeant was a stud. I loved him.
Yeah.
Still love him.
Yeah.
So, dude,
But-
hey, it takes that. Dude, he did this for us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did he?
He made these. The
That's
Gun
nice.
Nation.
Yep.
And he showed the other one. The second briefing. Thank you,
I didn't know he-
Dave.
I didn't know he did
Appreciate
that.
it, Dave M.
I didn't know Dave
Yeah.
did that.
Oh, yeah.
You just made those got him last week from him.
Way to go, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, so he was a great sergeant, and
Yeah.
I loved working for him, but it just didn't. I was ready to get done, so I moved on that. Loved
Yeah.
it. Still loved it all. Motors was one of my favorite for sure. It was so
Hell
fun. We
yeah.
had training days.
Go anywhere
Gosh.
you want. And,
Training was so fun. You get
Yes.
in the 30-foot circle, chasing each other, doing all kinds of different
Crashing,
pattern stuff, crashing.
Going to the hospital.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That was fun. Dave, you took me.
I was gonna say that wasn't me.
Dave took me, yeah.
I think that was a broken ankle or something, wasn't it?
No, I didn't break anything. I think that's where I hurt my shoulder really bad.
Yeah.
But I had surgery like 10 years later for it.
oh, man.
Torn labrum and
Yeah,
all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I couldn't prove it later. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's not good.
Yes, that was
I
fun.
still got the shirt.
Do you?
It's all torn.
The,
I was chasing old Alex from Hillsboro around.
oh, try to keep up with him? Yeah.
And I didn't have my helmet buckled, and then
Oh,
yeah,
man.
just
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
over the bar, hit the curb. Well,
You hit the curb hard.
I was shifted from first to second, and BMWs are notorious from getting stuck in neutral in a curve, and it just did. I couldn't
Just
carry
died
it. I
out.
didn't know I was in second. I'm giving it gas. I'm not going anywhere, and slides out until hit the curb, and it went. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Went
And it
over
did.
the bars.
And it did.
Hit the
It
curb,
did.
went over the bars, and it hurt bad.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's really the only time I really ever crashed besides just knocking it over. Falling over when it's cold or whatever.
Yeah.
And then laughing.
I lucked out. Never did get hit
Yeah.
or anything hard, something like that. So yeah, it was good. That was a blast, man. That was a lot of fun. We had a good team. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of. That was weird. We had 3 days off, but I don't think I ever had 3 days off.
No,
Like we worked
no.
so much overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Escorting
It
everybody.
was probably
Oh man, anything
Anytime
you
you
wanted.
wanted, yeah,
Grants.
anytime,
Yeah, you could
We
do
had a lot of
seatbelt
grants.
grants. Cell phones really were big, hitting those hard back then. So yeah, so came off that, and then what did I do? Then went back the road. Still doing the DUI stuff for training, but then, then I went to SRO. Yeah, I was SRO at Loyola
man.
High School. That was a blast. Loved that. Did that for, I think, 3 years down there. That was a good gig. I like working with kids. I like high school kids. The parents and
know how you did that.
parents and teachers were much worse to deal with than not
The
all of
actual
them.
kids,
I should
yeah.
say that. Some parents and some teachers were much more of a pain than the students. The students were, the troubled kids actually ended up being like the ones that would come looking for me. I've run into more kids that I dealt with on a day-to-day basis because they were doing something stupid, drugs, stealing stuff, fighting.
Right.
Like after I got done with that assignment, I would see them and they'd run up to me and say, "Hey, Deputy Haley, how's it going?" All that stuff. So they were.
That's good.
They
rapport,
needed
yeah.
that. They needed the structure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I loved it. I loved that stuff. So did that. Then went back the road and was an FTO. That was the first time I was FTO when I came back from that.
Holy moly.
And that was fun, dude. I don't know. You guys
Yeah,
like
for a
that?
while.
Did you like?
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh, funny story or not funny story. I was Tom's first recruit.
Oh, man.
yeah.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I didn't like being an FTO.
Maybe I
It
ruined
was all
him.
Scott's fault.
But he made it. I think I can't remember how many recruits I had, but
We were in Aloha.
I remember-
We kicked it.
yeah,
we kicked
yeah.
it hard on Aloha.
I only remember two. It's you, and then I remember what's his name who just went over to Yamhill.
No.
Oh,
Eric.
Lee?
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Eric,
Yes,
yeah.
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 I remember. Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was one of your recruits?
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it was fun. Aloha is just a square box, man, and it's full of stuff.
I
Especially
loved
back
the lower
then.
then. I
We were
hated
busy.
it. I hated it. 15 years later. But
Yeah, but you were
at the
wanting to
beginning,
run.
I loved it. Well, yeah, because you wanted to work hard
wanted to
back
run.
then.
You wanted
Yeah.
to drive
Yeah,
stuff.
get some drugs.
Skill
and do all
versus
that, you know.
will.
Yeah.
Just like Bill
Oh,
said,
man.
drive hard. You get those, get that drugs.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, you wanted to. You
Find
wanted
those
to
guns and all
turning
that good
rocks
shit.
and doing
Yeah.
fun stuff, and you,
were like
wanted
on
to
the
get
Win
involved in
Liaison
stuff.
team before it was even a thing.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
loved that shit.
well,
before,
yeah.
before there was a win.
'Cause that was
liaison
Aloha.
team.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could always find something. You knew where so and so lived, and you just go in that area
Yeah.
and find something. It
You
didn't
know who
matter.
to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody willing to tell you something if they thought they'd get out of trouble later.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Exactly.
So yeah, we had fun there. That was actually fun. We worked real hard down there, and so did that. Tom was my. That's funny. I forgot you're one of my coaches.
How many recruits do you think you had?
You know what's weird? I don't remember hardly any of them. I don't
Neither
know
do
why
I.
that's so weird that I
I
don't.
remember two. I remember you and Stoneberg. Oh, Eric.
Yeah. I think I had like.
You know, that guy.
You know that guy.
I think I had 10 to maybe 18, 10 to 18, because I did it off and on for like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. I did it off and on until 2000.
Did you have more than 10, you think?
I did it
more
off
than
and
that.
on until 2020. I did it off and on until 2020.
Oh, so almost
So
to the
10
end.
years probably.
Yeah, you probably.
I probably had that.
You had at least 20, I bet.
Yeah, but I was in the schools for a little bit. I went back to as an SRO too, up at Westview. So that was 4 years. So that kind of, I'd do it in the summer. I'd cover
You were
in the
still
summer.
an FTO, but you were.
Yeah. So if I was in the summer, I'd come back and do and coach and have
Yeah.
recruits and stuff. So that was fun, dude.
That's one of the hardest things to get used to. 'Cause I did it for 16 years.
Yeah, you did a lot. You're
I
almost
had
like
quite a
Corey.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
both did a
he
lot.
beat me, but I did quite a few. Him and Jerry R.
Yeah.
They did a lot, too.
Those guys were the they
Godfathers.
did a lot. Oh my
Godfathers
gosh, big time.
of FTOs.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
I don't know how you
Well,
guys did it.
Mark S. had quite a few too.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
That was quite a few. But anyway, yeah. So that was
a
hard
lot.
to do, but yeah, it was good. You learned stuff from them.
I learned all kinds
Not
of
from
computer
them
crap.
specifically, but from teaching
Well,
them.
from computer crap, I learned a lot. Because think about it. I was
Well,
trying
sure.
to describe that to, I think, my kids the other day. I'm like, hey, I saw a computer twice in high school.
Yeah.
Saw it. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Graduated, did some other stuff, work construction, and then got hired at the sheriff's office. And now I'm learning computers through my career. So the only way I knew computers is because, and you guys too, is because they taught us as we learned. So
Yeah.
if I didn't get taught how to do a shortcut or something, I didn't know. So I'd get a recruit in there, and I'm like, okay, so you need to cut and paste this and do this. And they're like,
And they're already
is it
doing it.
is
yeah.
it okay if I do this? And I'm like, what? And
There's
they
a
show
quicker
me. I
way?
go, absolutely. Write down how
Please
you
do
did
that.
that because I need to know how you just
Yeah,
did that.
there's
That
a
was
quicker way
amazing.
to
Well,
do
they
it.
didn't have floppy disks, you know,
No.
or even CDs are kind of foreign.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
geez.
So at the office that we all worked at for, maybe you didn't do as much, but when Scott and I were working, there's a locker in the evidence room that had a round hole in it, right? And then it also had the slot for like
Right.
a CD. And then, but none of these new guys knew what the round hole for. Well, that was for the 35 millimeter film.
Yeah, you had to pop the film.
And
in.
they
They're
look
like,
at me
what is
like
that?
it was like 2 years before I quit. They're like, "What is that for?" I
What
go,
is
"It's for
that?"
35 millimeter film."
They're like, what?
What's
What's
that?
35 millimeter
What
film?
is that?
For what? You mean like a camera?
That's
cameras,
Yeah.
pictures.
Oh, what is that
I've
about?
seen that before
Yeah.
on a TikTok.
We used to
Yeah.
remember for evidence, you'd have to go check it out of evidence and then take it to
To get it
get it
developed.
developed for the
Yeah.
DA.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
They'd
horrible.
send you,
weird,
hey,
dude.
we gotta get some film, get that film developed for us.
God, dude. Yeah,
Speaking
that's
of, I
funny.
need to call the DA. Keep forgetting.
You better do
Oh.
that. They're gonna get you.
Uh-oh.
Damn
Hope
it.
they're not.
We
Subpoena,
talked
did
about it
you?
in the coffee
I hope they're
today.
not watching.
Did you get subpoenaed?
I know they called me
Oh, yeah.
There was no
about
subpoena.
a subpoena a month ago.
They
And
did
I
that
keep
to me.
forgetting to call.
They did that to me, but I said, here's my number. And they never call me back. So I'm like,
I got the same address. I don't know why they have to call me. Can't the sheriff's office?
Well,
give
they
it to
don't
them?
want to subpoena it, I think. They just want to talk to you and see if they need to subpoena you. Because I haven't been subpoenaed yet. But I've had, I think I've had the DA call me like 4 times.
I think I cite and lewd the dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not. They got to find me. I'm a citizen now. So I don't know.
Good
They
luck.
just subpoenaed me, so who? Right?
I mean, I'm right here. I'm everywhere. So
Well, you're here right now.
I'm
but
Yeah,
here
right here.
right now.
when they actually see
in the
it, you won't
Gunslinger
be
Clubhouse.
Be here. That's true.
It's
Yeah.
a good point.
Pretty easy to
I'm
find.
thinking
I'm pretty
ahead.
easy to find though.
like
I
a
mean, it's not
timeline
like I'm
thing.
hiding.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
So
it.
you did FTO, and then did you do any
search and
others?
rescue. Search and rescue.
You did search-
that was
okay, you
fun.
did that.
was a lot of fun. Training
Yeah.
the kids was fun, and I loved getting out there. We recovered a lot of dead bodies, mostly.
Yeah.
Sadly, I mean, mostly that's what
Right.
a lot of it was. But that helped families, right? Because they at least knew where they were. But yeah, did a lot of that. Had some people that we were able to get out of the woods that were broken or banged up or something. But that was a lot of fun. Really cool training.
Yeah.
It was good. That was a good crew. So let's see what else. I'm trying to think. I think that's it.
And then you went back.
What'd I do?
What were you doing? Didn't you go back to SRO?
Yeah, I went back to
Yeah, the
SRO
last-
in Westview. That was like 16 to 20.
The last
16 to
year-
20.
SRO, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. And
The
then
last couple 2-3 years, you were just back.
then
to
I hung
patrol
everything up. 2021, I
Everything
said
was
I
done.
got rid of search and rescue. I got rid of FTO. I got out of the schools. I was boom.
Came back to day shift
Yeah,
with the rest of us.
yes.
the last 3
All
years.
the skill, none of the will.
Exactly.
Oh,
Boom.
Yeah.
so
well,
much.
I mean, we used to talk
Boom,
about
hashtag.
how
Kill Gerba.
Kill
as-
Gerba.
I'm a coffee shop guy, obviously. That's
Yeah.
So, real
yeah.
quick,
Yeah.
Scott is the owner of
Tall Fur Coffee.
Tall Fur Coffee.
Yes, right here. Yes,
our newest sponsor.
absolutely.
Our first only sponsor right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Besides Tommy Buckmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
And,
actually, I'll
you
throw
know.
a plug out there. If you guys use Second Briefing with the so 2ND Briefing, all together, no spaces, on our website, tallfurcoffee.com, you'll get 15% off your first order, anything you use. So if you guys want to use that, go for it.
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, golf
Very
clap.
good, very good.
Boom.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and the coffee.
ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Remember, all the will, right? All the skill, none of the will, right?
All skill, no
It's
will.
just
So
a
we used to talk
balancing act.
about how you'd watch a newer person leave a coffee shop when a call came out
Call came
compared
out.
to one of us.
Run to the
So,
car.
The difference.
Sprint.
You
difference
freak out.
is-
You throw your coffee to the ground.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I gotta
Oh
go.
my god! Oh my god!
I gotta go.
And then you got the older guys that we'd sit there and we'd finish our coffee cup.
I know they're gonna call me off.
hand a little kid a sticker before you walk out the
Yeah.
door, right? And say bye to everybody, and make sure you clean up your table. Walk out, get in your car, look at the call, take your notes in your notebook, and then drive off.
Yeah, and it's not what the call said either.
It's
We
even
did
like towards the end of our, well, not, maybe the last half of our careers, they had that thing, that AVL, the automatic vehicle locator.
yeah.
And so what the idea behind that was the dispatch could see where you were, and if you were closer to a call in a different
Yeah,
agency's
which it
district,
worked.
you're supposed to. It worked
Kinda.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it didn't.
50% of the time it'd
Yeah.
work.
My shit works always 60% of the time.
All the time.
Always.
Always.
Sex
But
Santa.
anyway, they would AVL you to this
Right.
call, and I was at our office, and they wanted to AVL me all the way down to
That's
Shoals
automatic
Ferry
vehicle locating?
Murray.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's got to be 6 miles.
Yeah, there's
I'm like, I don't
20
know how
people
I'm the
between
close.
you and
There's
there.
got to be, right? So
Yeah.
I looked at my watch. It was like fucking like 3:40 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
We
I
were
went-
off at 4.
So I didn't answer, of course,
Right.
radio.
Right.
Initially, I'm like, okay, and they're just talking.
going.
Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
a
blah,
lot of
and
info.
So then I
may or
switched
may
over
not
to-
be accurate.
I switched over to the other agency's net, and I listen, and then I start to kind of push up from the seat at
Right.
the end of the day. I'm like, oh, they're going to make me go all
Yeah.
the way down there at the
Oh,
end of
yeah.
my shift. This
Yeah.
is no good.
Yeah.
Because again, it was the skill versus will. My
Yeah.
will was not there. My
Yeah.
skill was.
You can handle it. It's no big
So-
deal.
Handle it.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I went, oh. And then by the time I thought about getting up,
Yeah.
I get on there. Hey, I'm coming from this
Right.
location. They're like, oh, you can disregard.
Thank you.
So then I go back to our channel, and
Yeah.
but
That's what
the
you
other
did.
guy, the new guys,
Oh, they're running.
they're out the door.
They're probably already there.
As they
They're already-
should be, though.
They're already
right?
in the car driving south.
Right, as they
Code
should
3.
be.
Oh, of course.
They should be. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
code 3 when it
I mean,
wasn't a code 3 call. But
you'd freaking push a kid out of the way. That's what I joked about the young
Yeah.
guys is they'd be like, they'd jump up, spill their coffee,
sticker.
spill their
You don't have
coffee,
time for a sticker.
leave it on the table,
Yeah.
push the kid out of the way,
Who we
you
gotta
know,
go?
run over the old man, push
Yeah.
the door open to run
Yeah.
out to get in a car
Or
to
run
go
through the door.
to go
They run through
to
the
something,
door.
right?
Oh, I know. a
Because
guy.
you know, yeah,
Brian
do-
K would run through the door.
Yeah. So that's what you did. That was now it's a little different. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did in my career. It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't change my career. I had a lot of fun. I loved working for the agency I worked for.
Yeah.
And the people that I worked with, I
Yeah.
had a blast. But
Oh, it
I'm
was a lot of
so
fun.
glad to be done.
Oh,
So glad to be done. Yeah.
I
too.
absolutely second and third that with us.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I
big time.
remember a time early on.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of like a practical jokes that went on, but
There
I
were some
thought one
practical jokes.
that was really pretty funny, and I'll have you tell it. It was
Yeah.
you and I and our spouses went out to dinner.
Yeah, we did.
So if you could take it from there and tell this story.
It's a really neat Mexican restaurant over
Yeah.
there in Beaverton.
Yeah.
And we were having a good time. And you ordered some weird. It was just a fish thing. But
well,
the-
instead of getting fajitas or
Yeah,
tacos,
change it up.
I thought, well, I'll
Make
do
it
something
real-
different.
yeah.
Not what I was expecting.
No, so you ordered the fish, and the whole freaking fish came. It was fried, but the
Well,
whole fish,
the eyeball
fish,
was still
everything,
in it. The
eyeball staring at him, everything.
Yeah, I don't think it was even skinned or
I
whatever
know
they call
was,
it.
It was just the whole fish.
I'm
they
not a
just took the
hunter, yeah.
fish.
And
I
they
think
just-
they took the guts out, threw it in a
Well, yeah,
bucket.
they probably deboned
Put
it.
it-
No,
put
that
it-
wasn't deboned. Well,
No, it was- I don't
know.
I've seen that. I know
Yeah.
what you're
Oh yeah. I
talking
can't remember what it's called. It's
Yeah.
like a thing. They
It's-
deep fried it in
yeah.
a fry fryer. Here you go.
Yeah, and I'm like,
there you go.
No,
and
it wasn't
you
what I was
picked at it.
expecting.
You ate it. You said
I
it wasn't-
tried. I can I have fajitas?
Yeah.
And they were nice about it.
He was.
I
yeah.
tried it.
Yeah. So
But I go to the restroom.
he goes to the restroom.
and this
Scott's
so-
very picky.
Yeah. He's
You
a
know,
little picky.
He's a little picky about his food.
He's a little picky. But yeah, so he goes to the restroom, and while he's in the
Burritos at
restroom,
Taco Bell, and it takes the wrap off. It just has the meat.
hey, keto friendly.
well, you used to eat meat cookies. You remember those?
Oh,
things?
I remember the meat cookies.
You
Yeah.
say these little patties of meat, and you call them meat cookies.
Oh, yeah.
When you were on the protein kick there for a
Oh,
while.
yeah. Well, I'm still on it. Didn't
yeah.
help any, but
Yeah, you're a manly man though. You need those. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. So I steal the fish head while he's in the bathroom, put it in a box to a go box. He doesn't realize it. I take it home with me, and then the next day we
because
start
the rest of them are all in on it. The
Yeah.
other three are all in on it.
Yeah. So the
spouses
ladies
and
went along
Scott,
with us
yeah.
really well.
Yeah.
So then we were working swing shift at the time, right? Would have had to be
Yeah,
swing
we
shift.
work in the same shift.
Yeah, swing shift. So when he goes into briefing that next day, I go out there and set that sucker in the seat of his car with it open, just like right there. And
Because all the keys were, or the cars
the
were
keys you
keyed
could
the
open
same,
any
excuse me,
car. Yeah. So he gets out there and
Crown
his car
Vics.
smells like fish, and here's this fish head, and he didn't almost want to pick it up. Like it was kind of funny watching it. It was pretty funny.
It was kind of nasty,
that was a good
though.
one.
Wow.
That was a good one. That was fun.
It was amazing to me that he stuck with that and kept it. It was probably 2-3 weeks later, right?
Oh yeah, I kept it.
You kept it in your freezer, but
Yeah.
Oh, you froze it?
Oh yeah.
It was dedication right
Yeah.
there for the practical
I was
joke.
thinking, like, let it
It's like
kinda
I've just
ferment to
forgotten
get-
about it.
Yeah.
Get it all
Like I
heated
stopped
up.
having the nightmares and
Yeah.
says things about
He
the
forgot
fish
about the
coming
whole thing,
out,
and then there it was.
and there it was, and then I
Yeah.
had, yeah.
Yeah. No, we had good times.
That's where I
That
got
was
my
good stuff.
PTSD was from that fish.
That was pretty funny. PTSD from the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what other story do you have from whether it's patrol, motors, Dewey stuff, anything that comes to mind that was either funny or just interesting? Or
Yeah, I mean, motors, one of my favorite thing was we were doing an escort. I think that was for Obama way back when he was trying to get elected the first time. And
so he wasn't the president yet.
no, he was
Okay.
running. He came in, and
We
so
never escorted when he was president.
yeah,
Okay.
no, he came in, and
That's true.
once he got voted, he didn't come back up here. So
That's a long ways.
So we what was it? Oh, so we were doing leapfrogging, shutting off the intersections all the way from the Portland airport up over the Fremont to downtown because they were staying at a hotel down there. So if you've ever done motors or understand what leapfrogging is, like when the Secret Service is doing their stuff, they rip. Like their goal is to keep the package at 70 miles an hour at all times. That's their goal. So they don't want to slow down. So when they
And they don't stop.
stop. And so when you catch
for
up
us.
with them, you've got to like be ripping at like 110 to catch back up with the group because you get just describe it really easy. Like there's a whole line of us in motors. There's 2 lines. The lead saddle sits up there and says, "Hey, you take this intersection," and we just kind of filter through. And then as soon as the package passes you, you go running to catch up to that leader again to get dumped off again. That's the whole idea.
So it's basically closing off the freeways
Yeah,
and the main
any
roads. So it's
intersections.
Everywhere
similar to
somebody
that
get on-
procession that you and I went on not too long ago.
Yeah. Same thing.
I'll leave the details out, but
Same,
you know what
same
I'm talking
thing.
about.
Yeah,
Same idea.
That's what we did.
Okay.
And so with the only difference is like a funeral procession stuff. It's slow. It's whatever. These
Yeah.
guys rip. And
They're
in the
going to
briefing,
get to where they're going. Yeah.
and I was a fairly new motor. In the briefing, I remember the Secret Service guy says, "Hey guys, just so you know, motors, if we need to change direction and you guys are blocking something, get away from your motorcycle because we will run straight over it. We're not going to stop. We're not going to slow down. Even if you're on it, we're going to go. So just know that." And I remember I was like, "Oh, these guys are serious."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Get
So
out of the way.
yeah.
Can't
so,
stop for a local motor
Can't-
guy.
no, they're going.
It's out.
So leapfrog did all that stuff. So go over Fremont Bridge. I'm going over Fremont, completely
That's a
closed at
long
night.
bridge.
100 and I think I hit like 115. Lights on,
Man.
trying to catch. Whew, it was the coolest thing ever. You're up on top of the Fremont, looking
And you can see the
around.
whole city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it just ripping, and it's empty. It was the coolest thing. I'll never
Yeah.
forget that. That was
Yeah,
so fun.
that would be cool.
So fun. Yeah, that was cool. Had some funny. I mean, I have a funny nickname. My nickname's Bones.
I'm
and
not
that
sure.
was-
I'm not sure
yeah,
why.
Bones.
Well, when, you're
Remember
100 when you weigh 120
Yeah.
pounds.
I know.
26.3.
I don't know where that freaking
Where'd that
name
come
came from.
from?
That's
Oh,
weird.
that's bizarre.
That was from Pete.
neat.
That was Pete.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd been in.
Good old
we were
Peter.
Brand new. We were just in like in-house training.
Yeah.
So we were in there 2 weeks. I think the second week he got to know me a little bit, and he goes, "Dude, you're so skinny. I'm gonna call you Bones." And here it is, 24 years later, I'm still called Bones. So there you go. So yeah, that was funny. That carried on my whole career, which is kind of fun. And luckily I didn't get fat. That would have ruined that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd have been like,
Well, you can just go like
Yeah,
Well, you would have these little skinny
like a fat guy
appendages.
being called, hey,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
up,
Like
tiny?
yeah, exactly.
Like a
You know?
spider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old belly and little arms.
Yeah,
sticking
so
out.
that worked. But let's see, funny stories. There's one. There's a female deputy. She's different. What is she now? I don't even remember what she is now. Teresa. I think
Oh,
she's detective.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah,
Rude.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody that's worked with her knows exactly what that is.
Oh, my God.
That
God.
gave it away.
What's funny is she said that on the radio this night. So she's
no.
covering, doing some Dewey patrol at night. Gets somebody, and I'm a Dewey car at that time, and she gets somebody running south on 217. So I get up pretty close behind her.
Was she in
and-
pepper suit?
No, car.
Oh.
She was pursuing him, and he was ripping, and he got to the Walker. Yeah, I got to Walker, and the guy, if you know Walker, like you can come up on the ramp, but there's not an exit ramp back down straight across from it. So the guy came up,
yeah.
crashed, sitting right up on the edge, and then it goes, it drops down and turns dark at night.
Yep.
So like you can't just chase after somebody there. So she gets there. She's been on the radio. Oh my God, he's really. he's really getting away from me.
Oh no!
And if you know her, she's great. I loved working with her. Teresa's great.
Oh yeah.
And but she did. She just that's how she said things, and it was like, oh my God, he's like not slowing down, and he took the exit. Oh my God, he crashed, and it was pretty funny listening to her. And so anyway, so I get there, and we're standing there waiting because the dude. What he did is he bailed out of his car and took off down in the darkness, and so we're waiting for canines. Right. Everybody's got. We don't want to go down there because we can't see anything.
Containment spots on.
Yeah. So canine gets there. We're all sitting there, and we finally go down the hill. I can't remember who canine was. Me and the canine go down the hill, and there's the dude right at the bottom. Like, he bailed, went airborne, like running. Went airborne, probably fell 25 feet in the air before he hit the ground at the bottom of the slope because he thinks it's flat, I guess, and he just runs. And he just goes, So his ankle is sideways. One of his ankles is totally sideways.
I hate that.
So he's not feeling great.
I'd better get.
He's a little drunk, so he's probably doing okay.
Yeah.
But so we get down there and we're searching the guy, and I can't remember who it was, and we roll him over, and he's got these lacy girl like freaking G-string on under his jeans, and it's sticking up out.
Don't tell me he had a double-headed thing in there, too.
No, it didn't have that. It wasn't as good as that one.
It's not.
No.
So you didn't find anything like saddled in there?
No, I didn't go
holstered up.
We didn't search anymore after that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's got these pink lacy freaking G-strings sticking up above his pants. And I'm like, I'm laughing. I go, Teresa, you got to see this. And she walks over and she goes, damn, those are better than mine.
Oh, jeez.
So funny, dude. She was hilarious.
That
was good.
One time we were sitting there writing reports at the end of the night. We were all working graveyard, and she was on my shift. And I'm sitting there, and another deputy had somebody in the holding cell at the office we worked at. And that deputy went outside, and all of a sudden you hear him screaming on the radio about chasing somebody because somebody was trying to get into the patrol cars in our unsecured lot.
Right.
Or secure lot, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get in. They thought it'd be cool to have sex in a patrol car.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that was at
this
East.
deputy, it was at East Precinct. And the guy chases him down a side street. We thought that he had gone down Murray because that's what he kept saying, Murray. I don't know why.
Right.
Or at least that's what I remember. Well, so we go running out. So we go from the report writing room, which was later the briefing room.
Right.
And we go out, and there's these two heavy doors. They're keyed doors that we have key code access, right? And but they're really heavy doors. And then when they shut, they lock.
Yeah.
And so you go through the first one. I'm probably, 10 feet ahead of her. And I go through the first one. I throw it open hard as I'm trying to run out to get to this guy. And then it comes back and gets right to where she hits, where she's going to go through the doorway. But it hits her because she's just close enough. And all I hear this is, oh my God, rude. And then, so I keep going. I kind of chuckle as I'm running to get out to so I go out to the door that goes out of the parking lot where the cars are.
Yeah.
The same thing happens. I throw it open as hard as I can, and I'm going through, and then she gets to that door right as it's closing and hits her again. Oh my God. Rude.
Awesome.
And that was funny though.
Yeah, she's a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. It's hard. I don't know if you guys ever
so
noticed
many
this.
Stories.
So there's like if somebody keys up something, like thinks of something, I'll go, oh yeah. But I think what happens is, and I'm sure it's what happens, is day to day we kind of close down our brains at the end of the day so that we don't carry the crap the next day. But you miss the good stuff too, because people used to always ask, "What's a good story?" And I'm like, I don't know,
because you put yourself on the spot, and it's just like,
and then hard to remember anything.
And then you get talking with your buddies or something, and they go, "Oh, hey, remember when we did that?" And you're like, "Oh yeah," and then it all comes back. So
I can't
hard.
remember anything.
It's hard to remember
anymore.
Yeah, it's starting to fade.
Yeah, I mean, we had some good ones.
Down.
Yeah, I know. I should have had memoirs. Memoirs.
Yes.
I had a friend of mine that was an ER nurse, and she said we should have both. We were talking one day. She's like, we should have both written journals.
Yeah.
Just a daily, what happened today, and look back at it. It'd be freaking hilarious.
I'm
but
sure
now you'd be like, yeah.
There's lots of good stories.
I mean, there's a good one. Not as good as Cookson's, but similar. There's I got dispatched. Remember when we started getting dispatched to everything medical if somebody had a beer?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they've had alcohol in the last 45 days.
Or something.
We got to go. And I remember there was one where this guy is apparently been messing around with his girlfriend that night, and he got something similar. I think it was a single-headed one, stuck in somewhere that he shouldn't have it stuck. And it wasn't hers; it was in his.
Oh,
and
God bless him.
What was that movie? What's his name? Jim Carrey did.
Oh, Ace Ventura?
Yeah, no, the one where he's the two different personalities.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, wow, that's yours. Yeah, no, that was for you. And then the thing, yeah. This situation. That's yeah. This situation.
Yeah.
So I get dispatched to that, and I was along far enough in my career where I didn't mind saying stuff on the radio anymore.
Yeah.
Like I was
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
What am I going to do with this thing?
And I go, well, dispatch, I'd be happy to go, but none of the tools I have will help with that situation. And dispatch freaking lost it. They couldn't hardly get off the key quick enough. And then a couple minutes later, they cleared me, but I got there and medics were laughing because they had heard the dispatch.
I don't have a big enough pair of pliers, dude.
I don't
That's when they
I don't
were-
have
they
none
were
of the
putting
tools
that
I have.
over- What do they call that when they
Yeah,
put them on
they
a
put 'em
radio
on.
net? I can't.
None
think.
of
There
the
was a term.
tools I have will do that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't have the jaws of life.
Yeah,
Oh man.
just I don't know. There's a
some
lot of fun
giant
stuff. We used to
tweezers.
turn motors off on each other, come up, hit the
Yeah.
switch. That was
Switch 'em
fun,
off.
dude. Yeah.
And if you didn't know how to, you'd panic if you're the first guy.
Oh, yeah.
As a rookie, you didn't know what to do.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Panic.
yeah.
Oh shit! What do I do? All you do is just turn it back on.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But you don't know that.
You don't know that at first.
Or also, when you start bumping saddlebags, you don't
Realize the bike's not going to tip over.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I
Hit
wouldn't
your
want
saddlebag
that.
the first time you panic that too.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah.
that.
Drew got me probably the best when I was a rookie motor. You when you parked in front of, like, if you went somewhere, everybody parked together. You looked nice. You always lined them up nice.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like in front of us, we go to a coffee shop or whatever. And so you pull up there, and the first time we were wearing, had our hippo hands on, which if you know what those are, it covers up your grips. So you put your hands in there to keep them dry. Well, it covers up your switches too, so you can't find your switches real quick. So you get on your bike. Well, the old bikes, you could turn them on and turn the siren on. So when they weren't like as electronic as they are, so it just had a toggle. So as soon as you turn on the power, the siren go, and they start going. And we've done that in cars before.
Oh,
but
yeah.
in motors, it's worse because you're all lined up looking all cool, and you're all lined up, and everybody goes out there and jumps on their bikes at the same time. And the new guy gets over there and turns the key on. Well, they all knew that he had done that. So they're like on their bikes and gone. Is quicker than normal. All of a sudden, I'm like, dude, these guys are in a hurry. Hit my key, and I'm by myself, and I was like, and you're freaking out because you're new enough. You can't.
Yeah.
You're like, how do I turn this off? All you gotta do is turn the key back off.
Yeah.
But I sit there for a few seconds. Everybody in the store is looking at you, and they're all riding off laughing, and it was pretty
if
funny.
they do it in the cars and you sit there and you look at it, you go, "What am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
But you already know how to do it. You freeze because you're like,
you
"Ah,
panic.
it's so
Yeah, yeah.
loud."
What do I
And
do?
you
What
can't
do?
get your hand up under. That's why I kept trying to get my hand in the hippo hand to turn it off. All I had to do is turn the key off. But I sat there for probably 5 seconds with it
Yeah.
just blaring at the window and them
Yeah.
riding off.
Because you're stressed out.
They're
You're
riding
trying
off
to figure out
and
how to
laughing
do
at
it.
me. Yeah. That was good. That was fun. That's the kind of stuff I remember is just the day-to-day fun.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
something at briefings, goofing off and
gosh,
briefings. I mean, we
briefings.
had
There were some pretty good.
there was some
briefings there.
fun. We
Yeah,
had fun. I
especially at the
mean,
end.
I enjoyed the job. We had a lot of fun. There was a lot of suck that comes with it.
Oh, yeah.
all the stuff that you carry and the bad stuff that nobody wants to
Sure.
deal with. But yeah. So,
So
yeah.
what do you do now?
I am
why did you leave the
happily
sheriff's
retired,
office?
man.
What did you do before you left the sheriff's office? You started.
I started a
something.
business. I
Yeah.
started Tall Fur Coffee. Actually, I started Bare Bones Coffee.
It's the Bones nickname.
Yeah, Bones nickname. I started that. Changed names because there was a lot of like friction. Not friction. There's a lot of companies with that Bones name, and so it was
Yeah.
easier to make it a better company and a better name, more recognizable, more Northwest. So yeah, I'm a Northwest boy. I've been
Tall
here
Fur.
my whole life. Love the woods. Love getting out hunting and stuff. So that's why I went with Tall Fur and the tallness.
Right.
But yeah, so started roasting coffee. I was looking for something when I retired. I
Yeah.
didn't want to go work for somebody. My dad had owned a business for a long time. I knew that world, and I just kind of wanted to do something. And so a good friend of mine kind of pushed me, and I was going to do it as a hobby, and he pushed me, dude, just go get a good roaster. Just do it. And so I did. Went threw down some cash and bought a roaster and started roasting coffee and doing like farm markets and stuff, selling coffee while I was still at the sheriff's office. Started selling online August of 2021 was the first time we did it online. Started doing it there. And so for the next 3 years, I'd work somewhere. I'd go to the sheriff's office, and then after work every day, I'd go out to where I was working in Helvetia, where I was doing the roasting in Helvetia area. Roast coffee for, 2 or 3 hours, package it, get ready, and do that. I did that for 3 years. It got crazy at the end because I was doing at least 30 to 40 hours.
Plus,
I was doing at least 30 to 40 hours there at the end of last year in coffee. So then retired, started roasting full time, and then ended up with the coffee shop in February of this year.
When you were doing it, we'll back up a second. You were just roasting out of a small little.
I was roasting out of a small roaster that did like 5 pounds
But your
each
building
roast.
was just you
It
didn't
was
have
a
shop
garage.
there. You just
It was
had
a garage.
it was all
Yeah.
kind of online sales or just word of mouth at that
Yeah,
point.
and the farmer markets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Helvetia Market sold out there, did that. And
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of fun. Really love coffee. Really love coming up with new roasts. Really loved all that, the art part of it, and getting to know people, and it's just fun. And coffee's been such a part of our career because that's our safe place.
Yeah, I didn't drink coffee until I became a cop.
Yeah, you get out and
I know.
go
I
sit
didn't
down.
really either.
No.
Yeah, it's just kind of a thing. So
Yeah, because you want to.
You gotta
I
stay
want to
awake.
stop working.
I want to get out of the car.
I want to get out of the car. So everybody goes to coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it did. I love the social part of it. So then we did all that, and then this last in February or January, we took over a coffee shop there on Murray, just off of Murray and Milliken.
Across from the old office there.
Yeah, just over there by East. Tall for coffee, and we're like a cafe type thing. We do breakfast sandwiches and coffee, and you can buy our coffee there. And I still do online. I still roast in Hillsboro and then have that shop there. So that's what we're doing. I love it, man. It's fun. It's very, you don't really know what you're going to do each day because I don't really barista that much because I've got a great team there. They do awesome. So I got a great manager and he runs it really good. So I just kind of make sure they have what they need, and then I do all the roasting and packaging and all that stuff. So it's a blast. Owning a business is a different stress. It's a lot less stress than being a cop, I think, because day to day I feel much more relaxed.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's.
So you have your little fires that probably come every now and again, right?
Money thing, this month because something costs more, startup expenses, and, just stuff breaks. There's that kind of stuff. But, I mean, other than that, it's compared to our day to day back then.
Nobody's going to kill you because you
No.
ran out of coffee.
No, nobody even gets mad at me.
Sumatra.
The worst is somebody gets mad at me. I give them a free cup of coffee.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Here you go. And then their day's fine. So, I mean, it's
You ran out
super
of
chill.
whole milk or heavy cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that did happen.
That was
did
horrible.
happen.
No heavy cream.
Sorry about that.
Poor
We took care of
Buckmaster
that.
didn't have his
Something
heavy
next day,
cream that day.
We fixed it.
The next day was something. It was perfect.
It was there.
Yeah.
We fixed it.
Yep. It still tasted good though.
It did. Yeah. But that's what we do.
Tall
So
it tastes good no matter what.
Yeah, it tastes good
You
no
don't
matter
need
what.
anything in it, really.
that's my cold brew.
That's why I
That's
said
what I
I'm
drink. Cold brew
coffee
right
snob
there.
now.
I'm on the payment or the monthly plan.
Yes, he is. Has been
yeah.
for a long time. These guys have supported me. Actually, that's one thing. The people in the sheriff's office that have worked with me have been a huge support through this, and probably part of a big reason I'm still able to have a business now. Because it was like probably 50% of my customers the first year were sheriff's office people.
Yeah.
So it's been great.
And then it spread pretty good
Oh
from
yeah,
there.
yeah. Now it's kind of all over, but that was great. That was super huge.
Yeah, now that you have the one over there by the office, you get a lot of traffic from officers and deputies.
Yeah, I see a bunch
right?
of people come in. It's fun. I see a bunch of uniforms come in that I don't have to wear anymore, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
They
that's
sit
the
down
best.
and they've got their computer and it goes beep, and the call
And
comes
they-
in
and they run off.
or
If they're
they're
new, or
listening.
they
You see them lean.
or they sit there for a minute and then they drink
Yeah.
some more coffee if they're been around a little longer.
Yeah.
yeah. They lean their head when they're listening to their earpiece.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking for a second because they got to listen to something. Yeah, so don't miss that. But yeah, that's been great. It's been great not having I don't schedule my day, but it's much more scheduled than patrol, which is the reason we loved it, right? In the
Right.
beginning, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Now,
What's your day going to be like?
Well,
at the end of it, I'm like, God, I was going to coffee, dude. I mean,
It's 3:40. I gotta.
Yeah.
It's not time for me to be AVL'd somewhere.
yeah, exactly.
Really? You're going to dispatch that to me now?
I know.
No.
You know I'm off in like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I,
man.
That's what you wanna
remember
say.
a particular individual. I'm off in an hour.
Oh, he would bring it up.
I'm off in an
He would
hour,
bring
you know,
it up.
dispatch.
He
You know it's
would
3
bring it up.
o'clock.
Come on, what are you doing?
You know it's noon.
Yeah, I know.
Shift
Five-
2's coming on.
5129. Can you clear for a murder death kill occurring
5129.
now?
That was me. 5129. Shit.
No.
5123. I'm busy at East. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Shit. I hate to hear 5129.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was dumb.
Me and Tom worked together at the end for a lot.
Yeah.
And We had an agreement. He didn't like doing dead bodies, and I didn't
hated
like
it.
doing the little stupid calls.
I got
so,
tired of the dead body so bad.
Yeah, those hit you.
Thank you, my therapist. I'm not going to say any names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
do.
man.
That was the one thing. There's a couple things in the beginning of my career that got to me that I carried. So there was a crash way back. This kid died while I was talking to him. Right, he's just sitting there talking to him, waiting for medical to come. Nothing to do. Crushed chest. Right, so he can't do anything. So he's dying, and I dealt with it back then. Right, no big deal. Tucked it away.
Right.
This is like 2003, 2004. I was a duty car.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then the dead body started getting me. Went to a call, pissed me off. I was mad for the next couple of days. Went and talked to my therapist.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. And then come to find out, she's like, after I got talking to it, that's what was still bothering me. I still was holding that.
It was that first
kid.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, I mean, nobody likes going to him, but I could process them. But I had three in a row, or no, 4 in a row. Monday morning before 8:00, dead body calls for 4 weeks.
Oh, once a week you had one.
Every Monday morning. And I'd had a couple other, but every morning.
It's like, why do I need to start my Monday out this way?
So
Right?
I told our sergeant at that time, I said, if I have one more of those, I'm just going home. Somebody's going to have to take it. I can't do it. Because I was getting pissed. I was getting really pissed.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, I know.
Ooh,
so,
Yeah.
there's always
so weird.
always that one,
So
right?
weird.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing. But yeah, dude, it's fun. Now, I mean, it's nice to talk about it and stuff, but it's nice not to have that crap either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're divorced from it a little bit.
Yeah.
You're just kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
in the back burner. And you
Oh yeah,
deal
I
with
mean,
other
I
stuff
can.
now.
I still like you sit with your back kind of to stuff now. I just don't. The difference is I don't jump up when somebody walks in that looks a little. I'll sit there and
Right.
watch them now.
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
You still have a little bit of that. I know we call it paranoia or just
Yeah.
awareness type of a thing.
Yeah, we'll never be
But-
sheep. We'll never
No.
be sheep. So
No.
but yeah, no, that's a lot different for sure. Yeah, I'm doing that, having fun, man. So
So if you could tell somebody that's either brand new in law enforcement and or close to retirement, what would you tell them?
Or any advice. Yes.
Anything,
Yeah, I
any
mean-
advice for the career?
I mean, there's several. Obviously,
Looking back
there's
on it.
hundreds and hundreds of things, but probably my thing is I went in with a good group. I lean on my faith a lot. Christian, I lean on my
Good.
faith a lot. That's my thing. I had a great. I was already married, and she's amazing. She's been my rock. She's there for me for everything. Leaned on her a lot. Learned how to, tell her stuff enough, filtered enough, but I could get some of it, express some of it.
Yeah, because you hate to
You don't want
burden them with that some of that stuff.
You
Yeah,
got to kind of learn that, but go in with or build a good group around you. You need to have something, whether it's your faith, your friends, your family, your church, your whatever it is. Have something. Have people around you that will support you, and not just go, oh, that job you do, and then just because it's not like any other job. It isn't. It's different. So have that group with you that will always be there, and have some friends around you that are not police officers but will let you talk, because it's
Agreed.
weird. There's been several times that I've talked to friends and you start getting comfortable and they're not police officers, and then you start talking a little dark like we do, and you can see their face change.
they don't
They
wanna-
don't even
Oh,
know.
yeah.
They don't want to hear
Yeah.
it.
They don't even
Yeah,
understand,
yeah.
right? It gets weird for them. So
Yeah, it does get a little weird.
Have those non-law enforcement friends that are tight friends.
Yeah.
That can, so you don't talk about, just your job.
Yep.
Just what you're doing. So you can
You
talk
talk about all kinds of
You
stuff.
can talk about anything with them.
Yeah.
But you can, if you need to, like, hey, I got to talk to this, and let them go, and they'll handle it for a bit. So yeah, have that group around you that'll take care of you, be there for you, and listen. And then try to enjoy the job. I mean, because it's going to be hard. There's going to be days when you will not want to do it.
Yes.
Oh, gosh,
100%. But try to have fun. There's some guys that get in it and they just like want to robot it, and this and this, and I'm going to fix the world. And you got to have fun, because I remember I dropped off of custody, and by the time I got my warrant done, it was a freaking warrant.
Yeah.
Got my warrant written on paper
Yeah.
with a pen.
Old school.
But
man.
got my warrant
So
done,
old school.
drove
Hashtag
around
old
the sheriff's office, was going down baseline. There he is walking.
yeah.
He's already booted.
Yeah.
You can't take that stuff
Court
serious.
date.
If you
Yeah.
take that stuff
Give him a court date,
serious,
boom.
and if
Yeah.
you're like, oh, how come he's no, dude?
Don't
you
let it get
really-
under your skin, because
Yeah.
it's just going to happen.
Have fun. You did
Yeah,
your job.
you did what
dropped
you're
them
supposed to
off.
do. Yeah.
Go have fun. Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's probably the two things. Have a good group around you, whatever it is, and then and lean on them.
That's good advice.
Lean on them
Very
and get
good
it,
advice.
but then have fun, dude. It was so much fun. There's some things in that job that no one else will ever experience other than we
oh
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, you
it's
just-
unique.
you'll never understand it.
Yeah, you'll never get it. So So that's that part. I had a blast, man. We had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And we're still, and I still have a great group of friends,
Yeah.
including these two guys right here, that I still have afterwards that are,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
lifetime
Yep.
friends that we've done stuff together that no one else will.
Yeah.
But we have freaking fun, and now we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Just enjoying life.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's probably it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you work because you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
See
I mean,
ya.
I could go work for somebody, but it's
Yeah.
kind of fun doing my own thing.
Yeah. No,
You
it's
still got to
great.
pay the bills. Still got to do the stuff.
Well, sure,
But,
yeah.
but you know, so I'm not retired like these guys.
Yeah.
They just, this is
Yeah.
their thing.
I was
Yeah.
fishing yesterday, caught a 13-pound salmon, by the way, and I'm
Yeah.
fishing tomorrow again.
Yeah.
Boom.
See, I'm not there yet.
I walked my dog yesterday.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
one thing I didn't do
Good old Bucky.
is I didn't put as much into savings as I would have if we had one income pretty much for a while, which you guys did too.
Yeah.
But you guys like force fed that pretty good. I didn't do that as much, and then I left early, and that took a cut because I left early. So there's a little bit more catch up, but 4 or 5 years will be good. We'll be done.
You're a young guy though.
I'm
so you're
I'm
younger
51,
than us.
so yeah, I'm good. I got some time.
That was a long time ago.
I'll catch up with you guys.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
Was we good?
are we
think
good?
so.
Is that about
Dude,
it? Anything
That's
else?
it. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
You know,
it's fun. It's been fun.
It has been fun.
Well,
I'm
thank you
glad
for
you've been-
being our first
yes.
sponsor, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
Making noise on the mics. We really appreciate you being
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
member of the second briefing podcast, a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
It's just fun to talk about it. Like when I first listened to your first one, I was like, dude, it's just talking, just hanging out.
Yeah.
It's just
just
a conversation.
Learning
Yeah.
about the person
Having
on the other
fun.
side of the mic and
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah, dude.
You know?
for everybody out
Having a
there.
good time.
Yeah. It's
'Cause I love having a good time.
that's what it's about.
That's
You gotta
3
have a good
words.
time, man. You
3
gotta
words.
have a good time.
Having
the 4?
having
Love
a good time. That's 4. I
That's
can't count.
having
Love
a
a
good
good
time. Yeah, 4.
Love a time.
Love a time. Good time. Yeah.
Good
Something
time,
like that.
Tom.
Is
Good
that
time,
it?
Tommy.
Good time, Tom. GTT.
Good time, Tom. There you
Good
go.
time, Tommy.
Oh my.
Maybe I should change my name.
There you should. Good
Tommy
time, Tom.
Buckmaster.
I like it.
Well,
Yeah, guys. Thanks for doing this. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
yeah, and Gerba,
Keep it
get a
going.
hobby.
Yeah. Hashtag kill Gerba. So we'll see you next
He's
week.
got a vote.
Right? We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
right.
Thank you,
Tuesday.
Scott.
Yep.
Peace.
See you guys.